Hey, so wrap up the install on your Sabers DV6. This is installed with an ECO crystal chamber chassis from Sabers. So here's your hilts. And to access the internal chassis, you want to unscrew the lower shell. So just unscrew that. Set that off to the side, revealing your chassis. So this is actually a one-piece removal chassis, and it's kind of locked in place with a set screw. So it's not actually not holding the chassis, or it's not actually retaining the chassis, but the chassis itself has a channel which allows the set screw to lock in place. So to unlock the chassis, you want to rotate it counterclockwise, and then just slide the chassis out. So up here is this kind of J-lock, or this channel, which you probably can't see, but there's a retention screw protruding into the hilts, which latches onto that. So setting the upper shell off to the side, here is your Sabers chassis. We have a printed crystal chamber over there, 18650 battery, 31mm bass speaker with a Proffie v.39 over there, kill switch off to the side, as well as an illuminated NPXL connector. Behind the crystal chamber is a button PCB. So up here is your main switch, down here is your auxiliary switch. To this side is the kill switch. Currently I have it set so that, I have it wired so that when it's facing down, the kill switch is off, and to toggle it on, you flip it up. So there's your crystal chamber. So cycling through the currently loaded fonts on there. Currently the fonts on there are just the Kyber's Workshop fonts.
Blue, green, purple, yellow, white.
As well as the Battlefront fonts from Kyber Phonics.
Red.
Okay, and illuminated NeoPixel connector up there. Smooth swing, as well as accent swings. I also configured twist off as well as swing on. So flipping the kill switch off. If you need access to the battery, you kind of want to wedge your fingernail on the positive end, and then just slide it out. We got our negative end over there with a spring, positive end over there. And when you're inserting the battery, insert it negative side first, the flat side towards the spring, compress it, and then just snap it in place. When inserting the chassis back into Saber, make sure that you're aligning this channel over here with this part of the Saber, with the rear of the Saber. And be very careful because you don't want the NeoPixel connector making contact with any of the metal of the Saber. So make sure that's aligned roughly, slide it in, and then just kind of wiggle it around until it finds that channel. Slide it all the way in over there, and then just rotate it clockwise, and it will lock in place. So you can't remove the chassis anymore unless you rotate it counterclockwise to unlock it. So just wiggle it, rotate it clockwise, make sure that's locked in place. Test to make sure that the switches are making contact.
Blue.
There we go.
White.
Once the chassis is in, just screw the lower shell back up. So this is just one of those sabers where, due to the design of the pommel, you actually don't have as much sound venting. This saber does come with a blade plug up there. So to remove that, just unscrew this greebly here, this shine through, where the glass eye would be on a Graflex. Just unscrew that, and we can remove the blade plug. So this greebly here also acts as your blade retention screw. And because it's just a thumb screw, effectively, you don't need an Allen key to remove the set screw or tighten the set screw. So let's put a short 1-inch diameter test plate in here. Just slide that in, make sure that I loosen that retention screw or the thumb screw. Slide it all the way in, make sure it's making contact. And then once this spring or the pogo pins for the NeoPixel connector are compressed, just tighten this blade retention screw.
Red.
So just cycling through all the fonts.
Blue. Green. Purple. Yellow. White.
And then back to the Battlefront font. So there you go. There's your Sabers DV6 installed with the ECO Crystal Chamber chassis from KR Sabers. I'm going to be loading the current config for the Saber onto the SD card, and I'll also email to you along with the config file for the Araxis as well. So if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. And as always, thank you so much for letting me work on this, and may the Force be with you.